commentary slash video. So, it appears that the court has passed the law that would ban abortion, and women are up in rage at this. And because they're up in rage at it, this is a dangerous time for us men, even more. Okay, and the reason why it's a dangerous time for us men even more is the simple fact that now the blame for this being in place is going to be is the reason why is we're going to take the blame for it, right? The reason why we're going to take the blame is because they're going to say, well, why don't you tell the men to just strap up? Why don't you tell the men to do their part for protection? You know, it's not our fault that, you know, men don't know how to keep a strap. Then they're going to, of course, say the whole girls want to have fun as well. You know, these are some of their talking points when they're talking about this issue. Now, it's more important than ever to practice it, and this is going to be a next level, but I think it's best for you to practice this. But I think for men who really want to stay in the safe zone, and also for men who basically believe that, you know, the dating market and just the whole gender war we're in, that the white flag is not going to be shown by them. So your best bet is to practice what I call what I call social distancing from modern day women, meaning that you keep the conversation as brief as possible. If you must talk to them, hi, bye, yes, no, and that's it. You don't go into conversations, have conversations with them, for the simple fact that any word you say can and will be used against them, because they're now more angrier than ever at this rule that has been applied. Now, I don't really know why they ruled it like that. I really don't know. Okay, I really don't know what was the thinking behind it, or what wisdom that they have behind doing it. However, what I do know is that in doing it, it puts men at it puts men at in a pretty compromising position. But let's look at what the Prophet alayhi salatu salam said about evil women, you know. And we should take what he said about evil women very, very serious, you know. We should do this, you know. And so let me find it, you know. I'll find it. Well, one of the hadiths is about the fitna of women, you know. And what fitna means is the you know, women, basically, what the fitna is basically it's the tribulations that women will put you through, you know what I mean? Um, and he was pretty adamant about that, um, you know. So one of the traditions, and I'm gonna go off of this tradition. Um, I'm gonna go off of the tradition that he said about the fitna of women, and uh, let me see. Okay, okay. So I'm looking for this right now. My mistake that it's taking so long, but I actually saw it, because there was actually something that broke it down. And I'm looking for that thing that broke it down. Well, it looks like it's the same. Um, it looks like it's the same. It looks like it's the same hadith. So one of the hadith says that, Neladu alayhi salatu salam. He said the majority of women in the hellfire. Yeah, the majority of inhabitants of the hellfire will be women. And then on another hadith, he says, "Inna aqalla sakina jannati nisa," which basically means he said that the minority in paradise will be women as well. The minority, though. Now, let's just keep this. Let's keep it like kind of logical. What we see women doing right now kind of constitutes why that hadith, why him alayhi salatu salam may be on to something with that hadith. Number two, um, the law that passed may be uh, a reaction to an action. You know what I mean? And that action is maybe I really can't really put my whole hand on it, but maybe that action is like trying to stem down single parenthood. I don't know. I really don't know at this moment. However, what I want to show is why it's important to like maybe practice social distancing from females, because especially modern women, because of the way they think. Okay, and I'm gonna show you the way they think right now, and I'm just gonna end it on this note. This is a very short video. Now, now I want you to understand something. This woman that I'm about to show right now, she is a former adult film actress. But even with her, with her former adult film career, people are still validating her. People are still, you know, they're still giving her the the red carpet treatment. I'm gonna show you this, and then it's sad to say it, but like um okay, I'm gonna look for something real quick. I'm gonna look for something. Okay, so a she's an adult film star, and she is also a playmate as well. Now, I'm gonna look for something, and the fact is, she still has like she still has like a boyfriend. I think one of the wives, or one of the husband to be, called it off because he found out that she was a adult film actress in her past in like 2015. Now, another thing that needs to be said, she's from a pretty conservative country, but I guess you can say it is the most westernized of the Arab countries, and that's Lebanon. Now, you would think that she would maybe take heed to that culture in which she came from, but she didn't at all. Now, even when she put this, she insulted the Virgin Mary, alayhi salam, by putting this caption on her Instagram saying, "Tell your kids this was the Virgin Mary," and she's far from that, and you're about to hear this from her. Now go ahead. Let's go ahead and hear it and break down what she had to say. And in terms of these things going down, and in terms of you maybe practicing social distancing, like social distancing practices from these females, you may be called names and stuff like that, but just all I would suggest is that find something to occupy your time instead of like modern women or the pursuit of modern women, or being put through like the game, the monopoly board of modern women, because that's how they play you basically. Find something to occupy yourself, whether it be you striving to get your passport and traveling so you can get the woman that you feel is going to be better for you and suited to what you have going on in your life, or find something that is going to be good for you, such as like take up a hobby that requires a very high amount of discipline, skill, and dedication, and like maybe a hobby like falconry or something like that, or like scuba diving, something of that sort that requires like time, effort, and a 2-for-1 special, meaning that you'll get to travel. If you like, for example, if you want to scuba dive, you may want to travel to somewhere like let's just say you may want to travel to like Brazil to scuba dive, and then maybe you can find your missus there. But let's listen to what Mia Khalifa has to say and why it's very important to practice these social distancing practices, because you would think that after she's been through like the porn industry, that she wouldn't have access at men, but apparently she still does. But let's look at it.
Viewing men as something to get, to be gotten, no. Men are the easiest thing. Viewing men.
And so what it says is me sitting thinking how me and Miss Ugly get the same men. So let's continue.
Is something to get, to be gotten, no. Men are the easiest thing in the entire world. If you are wondering how you... and another woman got the same man, it is because men are the easiest thing.
So I want you guys to notice something. Number one, here's a porn star talking about that men are easy. Number two, listen how deep her voice is. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, really ask yourself this question: would you really want to come home to this with someone who has that voice like that? Like, would you really want that in your life? Like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It's been a minute since I've heard a woman actually sound like a woman. The last time I've heard a woman sound like a woman is a bank teller. You know, little petite, very, very petite voice, soft voice. But other than that, it's not really that common anymore with them. And that's the scary thing.
In the entire world, I have never wanted a man and not gotten him.
So what needs to be said is, the more that you simps put these women on pedestals, and the more that you do this, the more they're going to feel this way. The more you say, oh, okay, I don't care about your body count. Oh, I don't care if you're a single mother. Oh, I don't care if you've been that Chad, Pookie, Ray, Tyrone, and Chad had their go around at you and had you in rotation. The more you do this, the more they're going to feel this way. So that's why it's important to practice social distances practices with these women.
You have any idea how many men have wanted me and not gotten me? Granted.
So let this be a lesson to you that you're not gonna, a woman will like string you along without even having feelings for you. So don't let that happen. When the first signal at her playing you, if she says, I think about it, like if she said, like if you say like something like, hey, you wanna go somewhere, or hey, you wanna like chill, and she says, oh, I'll think about it, just leave at that point. Just go. Don't waste your time.
Granted, some dusties have caught me slipping.
Now, the question is, are those dusties from her adult film career? Or are those dusties from outside her adult film career?
But there has never been a single man that I have wanted that I have not gotten, because men, they are cheap and easy.
So, with that being said, you have to value yourself as a man too. You have to understand that, you know, and I'm going to end on this note. Look at all the great men through history. All the prophets were men, okay? From Musa alayhi salam, from Lut alayhi salam, from Noah alayhi salam, from Isa alayhi salam, to Nelado, Muhammad alayhi salatu salam. That's the first thing. All the prophets were men. Okay? That's the one, that's number one. Number two, all countries were built by men. Even the countries that may have been named after women, they were still built by men. Okay? Number three, understand that you're stronger than a woman. Also understand that you have a stronger will than a woman as well, meaning that it's in you to resist um these I want to say these advances with women. Okay, I would say that if I were you as a man right now in the West, due to this law that passed with the abortion, implement what I'm saying right away, because it's going to save you a lot of trials and tribulations. Okay, and as Mia Khalifa said, you don't want to be one of those guys that she's talking about. Okay, you don't want to be that. Now, Nelado alayhi salatu salam will probably look at her and, well, he probably wouldn't look at her. He would be so disgusted in her, you know. The women around him would not look at her because they would be so disgusted about her. So you have to understand that as hard as this road is to do, it's going to be the way forward. Okay? Because once you control this, I don't think there's anything you can't control. Once you control this. So, as a final note, I want to say that I think the best thing is that, since, like, me personally, I don't see it happening often, you must like get in a situation where the woman that you're choosing is not going to be from here. Or if she is from here, basically her whole family has, like, maybe, I'm going to say that 3 generations, that you should get with someone who has 3 generations of unbroken lineage, meaning that 3 generations they were married, like the parents were married. That's what you should do, and that's my recommendation. But as of right now, I wouldn't vet a modern woman, and I wouldn't even, like, honestly lay eyes on a modern woman. I would practice, like, again, social media practices, social distancing practices, and I would say that, you know, if you glance once, okay, let that be a mistake that you glance once, but don't keep on glancing at them. You cannot validate them anymore, because there's, although she's a former adult film star, she's not the only one that thinks that men are cheap and easy. She's not the only one that thinks that. A lot of modern women who go on foodie calls and things like that and have that luxury think the same way too. So please don't fall into the trap, you know. But anyhow, that's all I got for now, guys. Y'all leave your thoughts and leave your comments about this matter. Hula signing out, and God on.